Why do you think that legacy media, so to speak, is so light-handed in its treatment of Antifa, given the tremendous damage and loss of life and violence, for that matter, that the riots that Antifa, in some sense, are central to, has caused? Like, if you had to play devil's advocate, what's motivating them to minimize this?
Establishment journalists were entirely uniform and committed to their goal in opposing Trump. And many of them felt that it was their duty and obligation to violate some ethical standards because we were living in such unprecedented times with Trump in the executive office that he needed to be resisted by any means necessary.
Isn't that always the justification for ethical violations? Isn't that always the rationalization? It's like, well, I wouldn't normally do this, but this is an exceptional case. And so not only is it justified for me to violate my ethical standards, it's actually demanded of me. And so that seems to me to be an argument. I can understand the argument, because, well, hey, maybe we're faced with an emergency. We're going to see a hell of a lot of that, by the way, with climate change, like a lot. So it's coming in a big way. And so, well, if the emergency is large enough, don't we get to violate our own principles? And, well, you're a journalist. Let me ask you a question. Can you recall a time, and this is a real serious question, man. Can you recall a time where you thought the stakes were high enough so that you violated your journalistic integrity?
Try to record a photograph. But when you see, for example, a mob of people beating somebody, and it doesn't matter for me the political affiliation of who that mob is, I feel sort of as a human, as a citizen, I should at least just intervene in some way. That's something that I've struggled with a lot.